Hi there, and welcome to Finance Focus with Andrew, a platform where we engage in conversation that endeavor to enhance our financial literacy. And I'm back with another video on treasury bonds. Now, a few days ago, I did a video explaining anything from scratch about treasury bonds, and I promised that I'll do a subsequent video explaining the minor difference between a new bond and a reopened bond, and that's why I'm standing in front of this camera today. Now, I want to explain the one difference between a new bond and a reopened bond, and this is very important because of late we have seen the Central Bank of Kenya reopening bonds instead of issuing new bonds. Now, I use the case of the bonds that are currently floated by the Central Bank of Kenya in August 2025. I'm recording this on the 10th of August 2025. So we have some bonds that are still floated. Now, when it comes to pricing of a bond, you see, for a new bond, if I want to invest 100,000, there will no debate about that. That is the price that I will pay for that bond if it is a new bond. But the narrative changes when it comes to reopened bonds. Now, there is a way of determining the price of reopened bonds. What gets to happen is that whenever the bond is issued, along with the prospectus, the prices are the Central Bank of Kenya issues a table that shows the possible yields and the possible clean price. Take note of this. We have two prices. So it is the yield and the possible clean price. So there will be some yields here which are in terms of percentage, and on the other side we'll have amounts. Now, the yield that will be picked will be determined by the bids that will be presented by investors in that particular bidding. So we'll only know the yield that is selected after the bidding process is over. Now, once the selected bid is picked, it will then determine the clean price of that bond. Now, let's take for example, if for the I'm using the case of the IFB1 stroke 2018 stroke 015. Let's assume that the yield will be the same as the coupon. We know that the coupon of this particular bond is at 12.5%. Let's assume that this is just for explanation purposes. So let's assume that the yield of this particular bond comes out to be 12.5. Let's say 12.5% is here. So if the yield is 12.5%, the clean price of that particular bond will be 99.9755. Now, this will be the clean price of the bond. Now, I know you are asking yourself, why are we calling this clean price? Do we have any other price? Now, when it comes to reopening bonds, we have a clean price and a dirty price, and this is the connection between the two prices. Now, we have a formula here that the dirty price is equals to the clean price plus something we call the accrued interest plus the accrued interest, or you can just call it AI and not the artificial intelligence. AI to mean the accrued interest. Now, this is the connection between the dirty price and the clean price of a bond. We have seen how the clean price is coming to be. It is determined by the yield of that particular bid. Now, what is this accrued interest that we are talking about? I want you to note something. In the video that we explained about bonds, I said that interest is paid every 6 months, twice in a year, every 6 months. Now, you see, this particular bond, the IFB1 stroke 2018 stroke 015, paid the last coupon on the 21st of July 2025, and the next coupon will be paid on the 19th of January 2025. Let's try to express this timeline on some lines so that we get to understand. So the last coupon was paid on the 21st of July 2025. This is the last coupon payment date. And the next coupon, that is, this period is 6 months. The entire period here is 6 months. So the next coupon will be paid on the 19th of January 2025. Now, but you did not buy this bond on the 21st of July 2025, but at the time you receive the next coupon, it will be after 6 months. So you will receive interest of an entire stretch of 6 months. I hope you are clear, because the last coupon was paid on 21st, and the next one will be paid on 19th of January 2020. This should be 2026, sorry, 2026. And you will buy the bond on the 18th of August 2025. Now, let's try to mark out 18th of August somewhere here. So let's say this is our 18th of August. This is our 18th of August 2025. This is where you purchase the bond, because this is the value date. This is the settlement date of this particular bond, the 18th of August 2025. So what does this mean? You bought the bond on the 18th of August 2025, but you will receive interest of that particular bond from the 21st of July 2025 to the 19th of January 2026. So the interest that you are entitled to, it is between this area here, from the 18th to 19th. But the interest that you will get, it will be the interest all the way from 21st of July all the way to the 19th of January 2026. So you are entitled to an interest of around 5 months, but you'll be given interest for around 6 months. So there is some interest here that will be given, but you are not the owner of that particular bond. I hope I'm clear. You'll be paid this interest, but this was supposed to be your interest. So it means there is some 1 month interest in here that you will be paid that does not belong to you. And in this country, nothing is free. So you have to pay for that interest that you get to receive that do not belong to you. So accrued interest is interest that you will be paid that does not belong to you. There's a 1 month difference here, and that is why this particular bond has an accrued interest of 0.9615 per every 100 shillings. So this is the accrued interest you will pay for every 100 shillings. So let's go back to our formula. We have the dirty price, that is the price you will pay, which we have said it is a summation of the clean price and the accrued interest. Now, so the dirty price of this particular bond will therefore be, so the dirty price will be the clean price, which I already explained how we get it, 99.9755 plus the accrued interest, that is 0.9615. What do we get? So 99.9755 we divide by 0.9615. That comes to 103. Is it? No. It cannot be 103. So 99.9755 plus 0.9615. So it comes to 100.937. So this is the dirty price of the bond. And this is exactly what you will have to pay for the bond. Now, what does this 100.937 mean? It means that you will have to pay a little bit more than the face value that you bidded for. Now, an example of a guy who bidded 100,000. If you bid 100,000, this is the price per every 100. So we first divide this by 100, then we multiply by this particular price. So if you bidded a face value of 100,000, you end up paying for the bond, you end up paying 100,937 shilling. So the 937 shillings, the price that is high is the amount that you receive later that does not belong to you. So this is the only difference between a reopened bond and a new bond. So the price of the bond is a dirty price, which is a summation of the clean price and the accrued interest. Now, let me show you the other example. We know that there are two bonds that have been floated for the month of August. There's some interesting piece with the second bond. That is the IFB1/2022/019. Because this bond will pay interest on the settlement date. Like, it will the same day interest is paid, the same day you own the bond. So you will not be owing anything to the previous holder of the bond. So it means that by the time you are receiving interest, you only receive interest that belongs to you. And this is the reason why this particular bond, it is a reopened bond that does not have accrued interest. It means that its clean price is equal to its dirty price, because the settlement date is same as the same as the coupon payment date. Now, I hope you get the difference between the reopened bonds and a new bond. Now, for reopened for new bonds, you always pay the amount that you bidded as the face value. I bidded 100,000. I will pay 100,000. For reopened bonds, depending on the current yields in the market, you might pay 100, you might pay amount that is slightly less than 100, or you might pay an amount that is slightly higher than 1,000. If something was not clear in that whole video, drop your question in the comment section and be sure that I will address it. Let's keep engaging.